watching NNN, or New Nintendo News. This is a gaming show where we keep you up to date with the latest Nintendo related gaming news. And oh my gosh, are we talking about some Nintendo related news today? Because there are only 2 more days until the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal! Oh my god! Here we go! On today's show, what games will be launching on the Nintendo Switch on day 1? What first party games do Nintendo have for us? Yes, I am going to be predicting every single game that will be launched in the first year of the Switch 2 launch. Everything from day 1 releases to the end of the year, next June, whenever it comes out. We don't know when it's coming out. But anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about. Let's look at the game that I think Nintendo are going to release over the next 12 months for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's coming. I'm so excited. The first game that will be launching on day 1 on the Nintendo Switch 2 is Metroid Prime 4. And the reason why I think Metroid Prime 4 is we all know it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. We all know it's a Switch 1 game. We all know Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will be playable on the Switch 2 via backwards compatibility, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm convinced Nintendo are going to do is they are going to release a Switch 2 definitive edition. I'm talking 4K upscaled resolution, 60 frames per second, improved textures, resolutions, ray tracing, volumetric fog, all those fancy effects. Like, the visual fidelity is going to be mwah, chef's kiss. We're getting it. It's going to be a great showcase of the system's graphical capabilities. That's what it's going to show us. It's going to be a great advert for the mouse pointer controls. Nintendo are going to show that off. I mean, imagine playing Metroid with an analog stick and the mouse pointer. I mean, Metroid Prime controlled fantastically well on the Wii because of the pointer controls. Let's just replicate that control scheme, please, Nintendo. I genuinely think Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 edition will be a day 1 launch game. But as we all know, Metroid Prime, the series, as a franchise, doesn't really sell too well. It does okay for what it is. It's popular with Nintendo fans, but the sales never really do much damage. Which is why the other day 1 launch game that Nintendo are going to launch is, and we all know it, we saw it in the trailers, we saw it in the advert for the original Switch 2 reveal trailer, Mario Kart 9! Yes, Mario Kart 9, Mario Kart 10, Nintendo Kart, whatever you want to call it, is going to be a day 1 Switch game. I mean, it's a no-brainer to launch with Mario Kart. Nintendo haven't officially announced anything, so everybody could be getting ahead of themselves. They could have just shown off Mario Kart. It might not actually be a launch title on day 1, but I think it is. I think it's going to be. I think it will be. And then the last game that will be launching on day 1 from Nintendo is some kind of smaller eShop game. Something small, downloadable, fun, creative, inventive. Now, when the Switch launched way back in 2017, it launched with an incredible multiplayer co-op game called Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips was amazing. I loved it. It was a fantastic way to showcase this new technology. It really demonstrated the use and the practicalities of the multiplayer Joy-Con Switch 2 concept. It was fantastic. I think we're going to get something like that, but it's going to showcase the mouse controls. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be very pick up and play, very easy, and it's going to be quite fun. I think we might get something like that. Or if we don't get that, I think we're going to get some kind of Nintendo Switch Online game. Something from the Nintendo Switch Online service. And what I mean by that is we will get something along the lines of like a Tetris 99 game, F-Zero 99, Super Mario 35, those kind of online games that are specifically tied to the Nintendo Switch Online service. I think we're going to get something like that. And if we don't get the Nintendo Switch Online game, we'll get the launch of Nintendo DS games. And it will launch with, I don't know, one of those DS games where you used to draw. Something like Kirby's Paintbrush. Paint and Roll, whatever it was called. I love that game on the DS.
You say good morning, I say good night.
Now you can use your finger to keep Kirby on the right path and out of trouble. Kirby Canvas Curse for Nintendo DS.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, Yoshi's Island DS. That was a fantastic game. They lean heavily on touch controlled and drawing patterns to create the gameplay. I think Nintendo were going to do something like that. For the first 6 months, what does the launch lineup look like for the Nintendo Switch? Well, I'm about to tell you, we're about to speculate. We're going into speculation, silly! I'm so excited. Are you not excited? Seriously, are you not excited? I imagine that Nintendo are going to replicate their strategy of having a first-party game releasing on the system every month. One game at least. Well, no, one first-party Nintendo game released a month. I know they're going to do it. Now, we all know that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be selling like hotcakes because the news articles say so. But Nintendo was still going to need to drive momentum. They're going to need to carry the sales into that holiday season. So, what games could Nintendo possibly release to keep people entertained and engaged? Well, these are the 6 games that I think are coming to Nintendo Switch in the first 6 months of its launch. To be honest, these are in no particular order as well. No particular order. One of the games that I think that Nintendo are going to release in the first 6 months of being on the market is, and I think this is a no-brainer, Super Mario Maker 3. Once again, I think this just boils down to the fact that Nintendo are really going to want to show off these mouse controller capabilities. They're really going to want to make sure that people know that the Switch 2 has more functionality, more features, more unique gameplay experiences than the original Switch 1 console. So I think Super Mario Maker 3 is a no-brainer. It's going to be a big showcase for the mouse controls. I mean, Mario Maker 2 was pretty much perfect. I kind of thought that the Mario series has nowhere else to go. When you give gamers control of the Super Mario series and make them design whatever kind of games they want, no matter how crazy the levels are, I don't know where else we can take the Mario Maker series. To be honest, all you have to do is just give us more of the same Nintendo. Make it bigger, badder, better. Give us more art styles. Give us more characters. Just give us more flexibility. Give us a great single player mode, because the single player mode in Super Mario Maker is brilliant. That's what you need to do, really. Just give us Super Mario Maker. Let us edit our levels with the mouse controls. Seamless gameplay experience. Intuitive. Easy to control. Great title. I don't know what this next game is, but all I know that it's a new IP. Nintendo are going to launch a brand new IP within the first 6 months of the system's launch. I thought it might have been a day one title, but I don't think it is. Nintendo always give us a new IP when they release a console. We had, on the Wii, we had Wii Sports. On the Wii U, we had Nintendo Land, and we had, Splatoon. On the Switch, we had ARMS. What are we going to get on the Switch 2? I don't know. Now, I loved ARMS. Well, ARMS was okay. It was a good concept. I love fighting games. Nintendo took a stab at a genre, tried to put their own spin on it. Didn't work out too great, but admirable for trying, Nintendo. Thank you. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what game this will be. I just know we're going to get a new IP from Nintendo. One of the big games that will be launching in the first 6 months to help drive momentum massively, I believe that we will be getting a brand new Zelda game. We're going to be getting one. We're going to get a new Zelda game. I know we're going to get a new Zelda game. This Zelda game is going to be a remake or a remaster. Now, if this game is not a remaster of Breath of the Wild, and when I say remaster of Breath of the Wild, I mean it's the same game, but we're going to get 60 frames per second, 4K upscaling visuals, just everything improved. It's just going to look nicer, it's going to run smoother. I think we're going to get that. Nintendo are probably going to give us that, because it's Nintendo in it. What I would really like to see is the Ocarina of Time remake that everyone's talking about. Now, I don't know who made up this rumor. I don't know where it's come from. Who made up this Ocarina of Time rumor? Like, who is it? Who is it? I've not heard any. Is it from someone credible? Is it from some troll online on Reddit? Is it from some 6-year-old kid that's just in his bedroom making up stupid rumors? I don't know, but whoever made up this rumor, I like it. I like it a lot. I need this game. I want this game. Give me, give me, give me. Nintendo, I hope this is in production, you know. Ocarina of Time is my, oh my god, it's one of, depending on what they catch me on, it can be my favourite game of all time. It's definitely one of my most impactful, emotional, influential games of all time. It's absolutely incredible, and if you made this with today's technology, Nintendo, oh my god. Oh my god! I hope this game exists. Give me a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, make it visually stunning, beautiful. I want to see the Switch 2 sweating because it can't keep up with all the effects that it's throwing out. I want to feel like I'm watching that Zelda E3 video from back in the day where Link was fighting Ganondorf. That Zelda and Ganondorf reveal is one of the biggest gaming moments ever in my 38 years of living. Seeing Link and Ganondorf fighting in the Zelda Ocarina of Time art style in such a realistic way. I need that feeling again. I need you to give me that feeling again. All you have to do is make it visually stunning, give me voice acting, make it super cinematic, redo all the cutscenes, make it look incredible, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap, mate. It's it's done for. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. But knowing Nintendo, they're probably going to give us that Breath of the Wild remaster. One of the next games that I'm convinced that we will be getting in the first 6 months is Splatoon 4. Yes, it's been a while since we've had the last Splatoon. It's massively popular in Japan. So they're going to give us a Splatoon. Once again, I know they're probably going to do this because it's going to be a great example of the mouse controls. They'll probably have a dual mouse control setup scheme. It's going to do well, so it's a no-brainer to release it. And again, it's a good showcase for the Nintendo Switch Online, the capabilities. It's going to be a way to drive consumers to the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service. It's going to happen. It's going to be a thing. And then the last game that Nintendo will be launching within the first 6 months of release is... it's going to be a Kirby game or some kind of Yoshi's Island game or something like that. Because let's be honest, Nintendo can't churn out AAA, top shelf, top franchise games throughout the first 6 months. They can't do that. It's too much. You do need to slow it down. You do need to let people's wallets have a little breather. So I think a Kirby over Yoshi game is the perfect kind of sorbet, kind of light type of game that Nintendo can throw out there that's not really gonna do too much damage. So those are the 6 games that I think will be launching on the Nintendo Switch in the first 6 months of launch, which takes us up to December. We are now in December. We are at the holiday season, and I am convinced that Nintendo's big holiday game for the Nintendo Switch 2, because although Pokemon Legends Z to A is launching on the Nintendo Switch 1 in the back half of the year, which technically will be Nintendo's big, massive juggernaut Switch 1 game. It's going to be their big Christmas holiday season game. They're still going to need one for the Switch 2. They are going to need a system seller for the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo are going to make so much money this year. Oh my god, I can't even believe it. But they still need a system seller. And I'm convinced that for the holiday period, the game that we are going to get, Nintendo's big Christmas end of year system seller game, is going to be 3D Mario. It is. It's going to be a Mario game. Like I said, with Grand Theft Auto launching at the end of the year, there won't be many gaming franchises that can contend with Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, seriously, it would be so stupid to launch anything around Grand Theft Auto. I'm backing that video game developers shouldn't release anything the month before Grand Theft Auto and probably 2 months after. So, there are only a handful of gaming franchises that could even stand tall next to Grand Theft Auto 6 and absolutely not get decimated. And Mario is definitely one of those gaming franchises. If anyone can stand up to Grand Theft Auto 6 and get knocked out, but, you know, not die, it would be Mario. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the biggest video game release of the... In fact, scratch that. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the biggest multimedia release of 2025. It is going to be breaking records left, right and centre non-stop. It's going to be the highest grossing game. It's going to bag all the awards. Game of the Year, Action Game of the Year, Online Game of the Year, Video Game Developer of the Year, Publisher of the Year. It's going to wipe everyone out. It's gonna wipe everyone out. It's also gonna be the most expensive game. I'm hearing that this game could cost $89.99 or $100 in the US. Let me just say that again to the microphone. $100. Wild. But people are gonna buy it because it's Grand Theft Auto 6. So yeah, not many gaming franchises can stand up to Grand Theft Auto 6 and not get knocked out immediately. Mario can though. And that's what's going to launch at the holiday season. A 3D Mario game. Don't know what kind of Mario game it is. We're not really here to talk about the type of Mario game. I just know that what's coming out. So that's Nintendo Switch 2's first year on the market. Well, what? First 6 months of the market. What are we going to get for the last half of the year? Without further ado, these are going to be the next games that I think that Nintendo are going to launch January 2026 to summer 2026. One of the games that I know we are going to get, and I can't wait for it, we're going to get our Mario Party game. It's a no-brainer. The Mario Party games have sold incredibly well on the Nintendo Switch. Again, I just think that the Mario Party is going to be a showcase for the Nintendo Switch online system and its multiplayer capabilities. I really think Nintendo's going to lean into that with the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. The Mario Party games recently have amazing fun as hell online modes, these massive multiplayer modes. It's absolutely carnage. I want Nintendo to lean into more of that. We know Mario Party, it does what it says on the tin. The single player content's great, the Mario Party formula is great, the board games are great, the mini games are great. What I think Nintendo now needs to do is take that onto the online space and just totally go crazy with these online multiplayer modes. And I think that's what Nintendo are gonna do. Another game. I'm sick of saying this. I'm sick of asking for this. I've been requesting it for the last 15 years. Maybe even 20. One of the games that we are going to get in the back half of the Switch's 2 first launch year is Starfox. Do a barrel roll. We're going to get Starfox or an F-Zero. Do you know what? I'll take them both, Nintendo. I'm convinced that we are going to get the return of a beloved Nintendo franchise, a classic that has long been forgotten, and I'm going with Starfox or F-Zero. I mean, it could be Kid Icarus, it could be, I don't know, it could be something else. Chibi Robo, I don't know.
Green, green,
I don't know, but I'm convinced that we are going to get the return of Starfox and F-Zero. Farm out F-Zero to a video game developer, a third-party video game developer. If possible, get on the phone to EA, speak to Criterion, get them to develop a game. Imagine if Criterion made a visceral Burnout-style game mixed with the high-speed gameplay of an F-Zero racing game. I think it would look stunning. It would look crazy. Imagine like the car crashes at high. It would be great. Can you give us that, please? Or you could give us a Starfox. We've not had a Starfox for the longest time. Oh, what are you doing? Not had a Starfox for the longest time. So give us that, please. Make it cinematic. Give us a cinematic Starfox game with an epic space story. Give us on-rail sections, 3D open space sections. In fact, actually, let's explore the galaxy. Flying around, taking down planes, doing dogfights. I don't know, you can make Starfox good. What are you doing, Nintendo? If you did a No Man's Sky style Starfox game, procedurally generated environments, that would be great. Or you could just give us a bog standard vanilla Starfox game. Give us a super addictive, very fun, highly replayable arcade Starfox game where we are shooting levels on rails but we're getting high scores and there are just a plethora of secret worlds, secret shortcuts that you can discover that opens up the gameplay. Just give us that. Give us that. That will be fun. Make it online. Do what you need to do. Just give us Starfox back. The next spot in the Switch 2 launch lineup is actually another beloved franchise game, and I think we are going to get the return of some kind of Nintendo sports game. It's an area that Nintendo doesn't really dabble in, although they've got a ton of kind of sport video game franchises. You've got 1080 snowboarding, you've got Wave Race, you've got things like Excite Truck, you've got Punch Out, but Nintendo, well, I mean, we won't get Punch Out. I'm sure the creators the other day were saying that that game's done for because they feel like the character designs in the video game are too stereotypical and racist, so they're done with Punch Out forever. Which is silly because you could just design new characters, but we're not here to discuss that anyway. The point I'm making is that I'm convinced that Nintendo are going to give us some kind of sports game, and it will be one of the beloved long time classics that we've not played for ages, or they will just give us a Mario sports game. Baseball, golf, football, I don't know. Take your pick. I'm not really bothered, to be honest. It's probably going to be golf. Mario Golf. Actually, is the World Cup next year? Is it the World Cup next year? Is it the World Cup next year? Is it the World Cup next year? Oh my god, it's the World Cup next year! We're going to get a football Mario game. We're going to get a Mario football game. We're going to get new Mario Strikers. Another game that I'm convinced that we are going to get is... I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was. I was trying to do Donkey Kong. We're going to get Donkey Kong. I know we are going to get a brand new Donkey Kong game. And I'll tell you why. Because next year is the 45th anniversary. And if you do not put some respect on DK's name and celebrate him in the appropriate way, you've got no manners, Nintendo. You've got no manners. It is time for a brand new Donkey Kong game because we haven't had a new installment in the Donkey Kong series since the Wii U. We need to correct that. But now is the time. I think 2026 will see the 45th anniversary of the Donkey Kong franchise. We will also get the launch of Donkey Kong in Super Nintendo World. Oh no, that theme park's open. That's open already. We will be getting the new Super Mario Brothers movie though, that's coming out in 2026, and rumours are saying that it is going to feature the Kong family very heavily, so, you know, that's a nice tie-in there. It's a nice promotional campaign, it's a good way of drumming up and generating some interest on the Donkey Kong series, so I definitely think we're going to get a new Donkey Kong. What kind of Donkey Kong game do you say? It's going to be a 3D one. It's going to be a 3D kind of open area kind of game. It's not going to be side-scrolling 2D, we're not getting that at all. The thing that I'm thinking of is a return to 3D huge open areas with like plenty of exploration to be had, loads of collectibles, give us massive jungles, gorgeous environments. I can see the ray tracing coming through the trees now. It's gonna look gorgeous. I hope that you kind of switch it up, give us something like, put a new swinging mechanic in there or something, do you know what I mean? If you could control DK, like Spider-Man on the PlayStation games, I don't know, just make it fun, make it great. Put different Kongs in there, give them different abilities, do what you need to do, but I'm convinced a Donkey Kong game is coming out next year. Another game that is a no-brainer, and I debated putting this on the list, but I'm convinced we're going to get another Fire Emblem. Nah, I don't like Fire Emblem. I don't play Fire Emblem. I've never owned a Fire Emblem, but I know people love it, and it's popular in Japan. I think Nintendo would be wise to launch that game in Japan to carry more momentum. I'm not a Fire Emblem person though, so it's not for me. The last game, well, it's not the last game, it's the second to last game, but the second to last game that I think Nintendo will be launching in the first year of the Switch 2 being on market is Animal Crossing! Animal Crossing, it's been too long. It's been like 5 years or 6 years since the last Animal Crossing. It's about time that we get one. Now, this is the only game that I will probably say will be coming out in a certain month, and I think it could come out in like June or May. I just think it's going to be the perfect time to launch an Animal Crossing game. The perfect summer game. It's going to have great online gameplay, amazing multiplayer mode. It's going to be super fun, and it's just going to capture the whole entire world over the summer. I think it's the right time to launch an Animal Crossing game. And the last game that I think that Nintendo will drop is some kind of new experimental game. I'm really hoping that this one's true. I'm praying to the Nintendo gods, Shigeru Miyamoto. I'm praying to you, please let this one be a thing. Now, one thing that Nintendo does better than any other video games developer is think outside the box and provide us brand new, disruptive, game-changing, experimental, unique and fun ways to play video games. Nintendo do that best. Now, the Nintendo Switch 2 console, it isn't changing the game, it's not revolutionary, it's just improving on what came before. So there's not gonna really be any surprises when it comes to hardware, which is where Nintendo are gonna have to pull the finger out and give us amazing, unique gameplay experiences through software. This is gonna be that game. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's going to be totally crazy. It's going to be bonkers. Whether it's something like Wii Fit or Ring Fit Adventure, something like Nintendo Labo, something crazy like Mario Kart Live Circuit. But I don't know. But we're going to get this really weird experimental game from Nintendo. I don't know what it's going to be, to be honest. But I know that Nintendo are going to give us something super weird and something that only Nintendo can do. And if we don't get that, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be so upset. So that's that. They're the games that I think are going to be launching in the first year of the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to come back to this video in a year. I'm going to see if I was right. I hope I was right. I think I'm right. It sounds like a pretty solid lineup, to be honest. I think it would keep momentum. It would keep sales going for the Nintendo Switch 2. And we haven't had to yet rinse the major franchises. You know what I mean? We will still have a 2D Mario, we'll still have the mainline Zelda. We could get a new, I don't know, my band's gone blank. I'm convinced they're the games we're gonna get. If we don't, it's fine. But yes, Switch 2 is coming in 2 days. Oh, I can't believe it. Ugh! So that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back with another episode tomorrow. This is it, guys. This is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's about to go down. Bye.